In recent decades, our nation has become more and more dependent on oil to fuel our daily lives. In our haste to expand industry, we have almost entirely forgotten the impact that we have on our surrounding environment. This impact can be seen in two major events that have occurred in the past 2 months: the Mount Carbon and Galena train derailments. Both of these incidents involved trains pulling over 100 tank cars that partially derailed, spilling several thousand gallons of crude oil. The Galena incident was not as terrible as the Mount Carbon derailment, which caused the pollution of one of the main drinking water sources in Kanawha and Fayette counties in West Virginia. The Galena derailment led to the pollution of the wetlands outside of Galena, Illinois, near both the Galena and Mississippi rivers. The EPA has almost completed clearing the wetlands of pollutants and have also put in measures to protect the Mississippi and Galena rivers. In an interview with Blaine Kinsley, manager of the Emergency Operations Unit for the Illinois EPA, we learned a bit more about how the EPA handled this situation. How did the EPA go about clearing oil from the wetlands?
The plan was to characterize, how deep the contamination went in that area. None of the oil had gotten into the Harris Slough, which is connected right there to the Mississippi River. It's just like a series of sloughs that are on the east side of the river valley there. They came in and with a geoprobe, and they put some holes in the soil and found out that there was contamination only went down about 4 feet. And so then they put a sheet pile wall up around the whole affected area. So they basically decided to put the sheet pile in, that they were just going to dig that soil out. They'll probably put like a layer of sand down first when they, are down to clean soil, and they've tested it all to make sure. And then they'll probably come in with some clean backfill and redo the area. At this point, they're going to leave the sheet pile in there for quite some time, so they can make sure that there's no residual contamination there that might migrate to the slough.
What do you think could be done to keep these derailments from happening?
What it seems the consensus is to try and make the cars viable.
Why is it important to protect our environment?
Those are all resources that we all share, and I think we all have a duty to make sure that those things are protected to the best of our ability to keep them from happening again.
In both the Galena and Mount Carbon derailments, the tank cars carrying the oil had leaks coming from the valves after leaving the tracks. The large volume of oil spilled in both cases would not have been as bad if there had been a safety system in place to make sure that leaks could not occur in case of a derailment such as these. We have an ethical duty as engineers to protect our natural resources, and as of now, we are not working hard enough to protect our environment. Changes need to be made in the design and development of railway tank cars to ensure that another derailment and oil spill like the Galena and Mount Carbon incidents does not occur again.